Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Soul Sisters Tarot.
We got something fun for today. In honor of Black History Month, this month of February, we thought it would be great if each of us picked a person that we wanted to do a reading on and see how we can connect with them. So we each chose our person to share, and yeah, it should be fun.
I know.
So let's see, who wants to go first? You want to go first?
Yeah,
or you?
let me go first.
Okay, so we're gonna let EQ go first.
So this person, I actually met this person when I was probably like 7 or 8 years old, and I had a signed autograph from him. And the person that we're talking about, and I'll put his picture up. Many of you probably know his name is Jesse Owens. So he was born in 1913, and he made his crossover at 1980. And so let's just review who he was. So Jesse Owens was a track and field athlete, and he set a world record in the long jump at the 1936 Olympic Games in Berlin, Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So remember that date, because that's when the Nazis and Hitler were at their height. And so that was the government then. So he went unrivaled for 25 years. No one could match him for 25 years. Okay, before someone finally broke his records. He won 4 gold medals at the Olympics for the 100 and 200 meter dashes, along with the 100-meter relay and other events off the track. In 1976, I think that's the year, because I think that's the year I met him.
That's the year.
Yeah, he was in 76 when I met him. But Owens received the Presidential Medal of Freedom and was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal in 1990.
Wow.
Now, he has a park in Los Angeles, and it's called the Jesse Owens Park. And it is in the, how was it? I'm not going to call it in the hood, but he has the park, and it's still there. And I believe, if my memory serves me, I believe that same park is where he was hosting, like, for all of the children in the surrounding areas to come, and we were doing track and field day, basically like that. And I will never forget him. A very nice guy, and that was always dear to my heart. I hate that I lost the autograph achievement award that he had given me.
Oh, wow.
But that's my connection with him. And I want to show you guys this picture. It's so iconic. And you'll see he won one of his gold medals here. And so you'll see him here. And you see the USA. And then look at the Nazis. They're doing the Nazi salute during that time. Can you imagine the pressure that he was under, being a man of color and representing the United States, when Hitler did not want him there, along with there were Jews that they didn't want to participate either, but there were 45 other countries that did participate. But they put a lot of pressure on Hitler to allow more Jews and more people of color to participate. So as we all know, he didn't get his way. And so there were, I believe, one German Jew that did participate on the team during that time. And one of the things I want to first see if I can see if there's any messages that he wants to bring through. And then I'm going to pull a couple of cards, and then let's see what he has to say.
Yeah, we'll both tap in and see what we get here.
Okay. So one of the things that I'm picking up with him, and I just felt pride and a thankfulness coming through for what we're doing, and that we are honoring him during this Black History Month in the year of 2023. And it seems so futuristic when we say that here,
right, doesn't
right?
it?
And we're talking about, he was born in 1913, right? But what I'm feeling from him is just this sense of pride and accomplishment, and looking how far we have come.
Mm-hmm.
When I say we, I'm talking about people of color. I'm talking about oppression, people who have been oppressed, and we have so much more to go. But things have turned around when you look at the totality of history. There have been some improvements, but yes, we have a lot more to go. And he's also making me feel like never give up on your dreams. Stay focused no matter what. If you stay focused and stay aware that you can never fail, that they cannot take away who you are, the pride of who you are. They can abuse you through physical means of the body, but they can't tear your spirit down because that belongs to you, and you are part of the source, God, all that there is. And so these messages of inspiration, of no matter what you're going through, connect to your authentic self, to source, to your guides, to those on the other side, and know that you're loved, and know that you're cherished. And there's nothing, not war, not prejudice, not oppression, can take away who you are. I'm tingling. I'm really, really feeling him. I'm tingling. He has such a great, beautiful spirit. I don't know why. I just heard he wishes that he could have done more. And I felt like he did more than he could ever dream of for society. He is a historical global figure, an international figure. And I just keep hearing, don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams. So with that, I'm going to thank him so much for coming. And I'm going to pull some cards, and then we'll pass it on to Miss Sonja and see who her person is.
Well, we're both going to tap in, I thought.
Oh,
both we're going to do.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to do like my own segment and then your segment, but yeah.
Yeah. We're going to both tap in to see what we get here. The one thing that was coming up for me with him was like this undeniable inner strength, and that feeling of whatever you're going through, like, just don't give up. Like, there's this feeling of you just got to reach down and reach deep. And he's like, be proud of who you are. Be proud of where you come from. Don't allow others to tell you any differently. Fear is an illusion. Fear is a distraction. And don't get caught up in that cycle. And it's like this thing. It's like he's showing. It's like the smoke, and then you just push right through it. You just push through the smoke because it's just an illusion. So don't allow that smoke to get lost in that smoke and have it choke you, right? And get caught up and you can't breathe. So learn to push through it. And most importantly, he's saying to really trust and believe in yourself of who you are. And no matter how hard things get, you can always You can always push through it. And he said he lived his life as an example because he wanted to show others that you really can do anything that you put your mind through. So, and there were some dark times that he experienced as well. But he said, what he's saying, what's helped him to keep going is to know that there's a light. There is a light in that darkness. And so at times when he felt like he couldn't even get out of that darkness, he just kept his eyes on that light. And that's what helped pull him through. Yeah. And honor yourself, honor your process, honor the trials and tribulations of everything that you go through. Honor, it feels like honor was like a really big thing for him. Like he was really, he lived by his honor. He wanted to be that person of honor and to be that example. So I just keep hearing again, trust and believe, trust and believe. So let me thank him for coming through. Okay, and pull some cards.
Sure.
Okay. Let's see what other message. Oops.
How many cards are 3 or?
I think, 3 cards?
Okay.
I think 3 is good.
The bottom of the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Go for it. We love it when the messages are like in sync with each other.
So I actually got him. He is represented in the King of Swords. So he was in his head a lot, and of course he had to battle. Imagine what he was dealing with being a man of color during that time. And not only that, a great athlete. And he had to battle not only in his own country, he had to battle when he would go overseas and representing a country that didn't want him.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what went through his mind? So with this, I just see a lot of the travel with the birds, reminds me of travel, his communication. This bird is not talking. It's right above him. That just says to me that he was not accepted, meaning he didn't communicate with people a lot. He stayed to himself a lot. And so he was always in his thought, but he was very wise. Look at the owl.
Mm-hmm.
He was a very, very wise man. And even though he had to conquer with his sword, he had to conquer a lot and deal with a lot, but he is the king. He is the master of his own destiny, and he prevailed.
Yes, he did.
And then I see the Chariot. This is the success. He overcame a lot of those what's the right word? The things that happened to him in his life, from when he was a young boy all the way up to when he had success in his life. This is success, and he overcame that. And look at black and white.
That was the first thing I noticed. Yeah.
He
all the things he had overcome.
Yes, he overcame that. I remember we talked about him where he had gotten the Congressional Gold Medal in 1990.
Mm-hmm.
He arrived, right? And then the last card is interesting because I see so much in this card. It's the Hierophant. And look at the steps going all the way to heaven. That's what it reminds me of, or crossing over. And I felt like he learned a lot about life and gave away, so much to us, and did so much for his community as well. And I feel like he was on his pathway and he fulfilled his pathway. And now he's in heaven or the other side, however you see it. but I feel like he's still very much present for all of us. And I feel like with us tapping into him today, I just feel like this is him being grateful. And you can see his energy coming through when we were tapping into him. And it made him very happy and proud.
I love that.
That's what I got. Oh, one last thing underneath the card, the last card of the deck. I just wanted to put this at the bottom of the deck. This is the moon. This is also about intuition. This goes back to me about us tapping into him.
Look at the black and white
and
again.
Look at he still overcame, right?
Yeah.
Overcoming the black and white. It's in the distance in the past. You know, knowing, but it's still present because they're here.
Exactly.
So we still have a lot more to overcome. But yes.
Nice.
What'd you get?
So I got the 9 of Wands, and I feel that with this is him, you know, looking at all the contributions and things that he's done. As EQ mentioned, that thought process, he was a very heavy thinker. A man just really had a lot of thoughts. And of course he did. I mean, look at the time that he had to overcome all the racism and the, you know, it was big during the civil rights. Well, that came a little later, but still, he just, he was in the beginning of all of this and standing, gosh, what's the word I want to say? He just had such a powerful presence. Like he just really overcame so many different obstacles, and it put him in a nice position, you know, despite everything that he went through with the 8 of Pentacles. You know, he started to build something, and this is not just talking about money. This is talking about the accomplishments that he's made, all the different things that he had to overcome and that he did, and then what he did to give back. And I feel like he was really a person that gave back to others. Whatever he got, he turned around and he gave back to others. And then the base is the 5 of Swords. So yeah, he was in his head a lot. And but I feel like too, the messages here that he's sharing is like, don't get caught up in this cycle up here. Don't get caught up in this cycle. Like I feel like he did, but yet he was able to push through that as well. So what he's sharing here is don't allow your thoughts to carry you away and get caught up in things. So, or don't overthink things all the time. Don't overthink it. You're more powerful than you know you are. So that's what I got for him.
Yeah. And to close out with him, I just want to say my final message that I'm hearing is he was for all people. So I don't want people just to think, oh, because we're of color, this is just an of color message. No, he was for all people, no matter your sexual orientation, your color of your skin, if you were female or male, rich, poor, you know, the message is universal. I want to make that clear to everybody.
Yes, beautiful.
This is a human message.
A human message.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. So now let's move on to my person.
Who do we have here?
Love this. We have Jane Bolin. And there's her lovely picture. And Jane was born in 1908, and she crossed over in 2007. Pioneer in law, Jane Bolin was the first Black woman to attend Yale Law School in 1931. And in 1939, she became the first Black female judge in the United States. One of her significant contributions throughout her career was working with private employers to hire people based on their skills, as opposed to discriminating them because of their race. She also served on the boards of the NAACP, the Child Welfare League of America, and the Neighborhood Children's Center. So, wow. Can you imagine?
I met her too. I'm just joking.
Yeah, I was like, you did? Wow.
No, I didn't. I'll throw that in there.
Who knows? You never know.
Yeah, I know. No, I didn't.
But yes, I was going through looking at different people, and it's so amazing to learn about, Black history, because there's so much that we did not get in our schools when growing up. So much that we didn't learn. We learned about Harriet Tubman, we learned about Frederick Douglass, and not to take away from their accomplishments because they're incredible people. But there's so many more. And we didn't get that. And it's very upsetting that, even today in this day and age, they want to take away Black studies. And it's important for everybody to know of all these amazing accomplishments that people have made. People have put their lives on the line, risked their lives. Some were killed for the things that they've done. So to act like this stuff never happened is an insult. And so anyhow, this is part of why we wanted to bring to light just a couple of people, right? There's so many more, but anyhow, as I'm going down through this amazing list of all these people, Jane just kind of like reached at me and was like, me, talk about me. I was like, okay. So we'll tap in and we'll see what Jane has to say, what message she wants to bring for everyone. Yeah, I feel like just as she was when I was going through looking at different people, she came in, she was a very strong woman. She would have to be, especially going to law to become a judge. And she was very straightforward. She's like, she's saying that she had to be strong. And that was challenging at times because there was those moments that she just felt very vulnerable, very, there were parts of her at times where she was hurting, but she kept that on the inside because she couldn't wear that on the outside because it would be used against her, used in a way to make her look weak. And so that is a part of her that she wished that she could just allow herself to be seen more in a different way, but she had to put on that mask. She had to put on that face. So, let's see. And I read this part, but I know that she did care about the children, as I mentioned, that she was on the Child Welfare League of America. But she's saying about kids, she's like, we need to, doesn't that always happen? Jane's calling. Oh, that's so funny because the song and for that to come in right now is part of this, like, we're almost there. You're almost there is like the message. But yeah, I just realized what the song was.
Oh, wow.
But yes, with the kids, she's saying that with that energy of a child, like to embrace that energy, to embrace that, like, kids have no worries, no fears. They're just, she's saying the light in them. It's the beautiful light. And for all of us to rekindle and to reconnect with that light within us, that childlike behavior in the sense of being free. Those are things that she always, and that's why I feel that there was that connection with her, with kids, because she just wanted to embrace that energy, that pureness that they had. And it just felt so good. She's definitely a woman of character. She also had a very strong presence. Like when she walked in the room, people would look like whoa. She was a very, and I feel like in more of her personal life, personal with people, there was this very loving nature to her, and a different nature that she felt like versus being in the courtroom. So she just really just loved that connection. She cherished connections. Connections were very important to her. And I feel the family was very important to her as well. So she's sharing just with that connection, learn to connect with others without losing yourself, but to embrace and to love that connection. So I'm going to thank her. I'll leave it at that so EQ can share what she has. And thank Jane.
It's so funny because I picked up on some of the things that you just said. And one of the things that got me was she was very caring and she did love her family.
Mm-hmm.
She was very sensitive when her personal life, her home life.
Mm-hmm.
She was real and authentic. And I feel like she was very balanced with that, you know, but when it came to work, she'd work, you know, she was very stern when it came to that, but she was fair. She did things by the book. And I also felt like there were 3 things she wanted me to mention: love, laugh, and justice.
Wow.
And I felt like that was who she embodied.
Yeah.
And she was very, very big on the justice part too. You know, like I said before, I don't feel like she took a lot of mess, meaning if it's law and that's what the law says, then she was going to go by that. And she took her work seriously. She loved hard and she worked hard is what I get from her. And another thing that she also feeling, I'll say that, honored of what we're doing here today, because I heard honor again but with her as well to being represented. And I feel like we all should take pride in this. You know, she's a trailblazer for women, for Black women,
big time,
or women of all colors, for not just being a woman, just being, you know, African American, that Black woman, you know, Black girl magic. I feel like she embodies that, you know, the good side of those things. And it wasn't easy for her. Although I feel like she had her family structure was strong, but back in those days, she also had to deal with a lot of oppression, you know, and she overcame that. And she's a testament of what we can accomplish in our lives if we just allow ourselves to feel. When you feel like you can't make it, I hear her say, keep going, keep going. If they keep punching at you, you get right back up and you keep going. You keep going. If you don't make it, it's because you chose not to. Okay. So we are going to close with that and thank her. Wow, such a pioneer. For coming, and we'll pull some cards.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna go with these. Did you go with the same ones?
No. I know. I saw that we had the same ones the last time. It's funny.
Oh, by the way, guys, I want you guys to know we did not plan this. We're both in black.
Yeah.
It just happened, right?
It really did.
We did not.
We are not color coordinated today in the sense of we planned it. Yeah.
It's funny, you know, Black History Month. We're both in black. You know? I would have loved to have met her.
Oh gosh, yes.
That would have been awesome. Yeah, because she passed away in 2007.
2007. Yeah. Okay.
You want to go first?
Sure. So this is kind of the weariness and everything I was feeling from her about that kind of mask that she had to wear at times, because she was sometimes felt like she was alone with the 4 swords here. And there was a lot of healing, self-healing that she had to do. And I think like the family and interacting with kids, I think what kept her grounded. That's what kept her going. But she did have that experience of just feeling overwhelmed at times. But here's the Four of Wands. Here's the harmony, the prosperity card. It has says happy home. And she did. She had a happy home. And again, that's what kept her grounded. That's what made her feel good. And the Nine of Pentacles, she was, the wealth, the freedom, all of this. Again, it's not necessarily money related. We're talking about what she got from life, what she got from those that she loved. They provided that wealth, that freedom. What else do we have here? The feeling self-sufficient. And she was. I feel like that she had everything that she needed and that she wanted. She didn't, need all this major things, just her happy home. In the base of the deck, I have the Eight of Pentacles, and she definitely was a person of hard work. She was all about the business and all about the books, and she feels that that's important. That's an important part of life, but it's also about creating that balance where you're not working too hard, but yet having that loving, fun time with whether that's family or friends. So creating that balance so you're not overdoing it. And I have a feeling that sometimes she had that tendency where she could overdo it a little bit. So she's sharing with everyone just to be mindful of how much you're putting into the work that you do. Even if you're really passionate about something, sometimes too much of a good thing too. You want to just kind of ease up a little bit. So that's what I got.
Nice. And in addition to that, she was the anchor. To me, this is being a pioneer. She paved the way, right? Mm-hmm. This is about being grounded. This is also about work. So she paved the way in work, and she was very grounded. Also, she was the messenger. She's the writer. She was the new beginning.
Yes.
And she ushered in a new era. And I see the heart just popping out at me because she did have a heart, right? And then it's interesting because the last card that I pulled, look at guys, I am you. So this is everything that we had just said, of the things that she wants you to know, you can do it too.
Yeah.
That was her general message for me. You can do it too. And this shows her being very learned, the book. So she was very educated, and she enjoyed reading and she enjoyed learning those things. And at the last part of my deck, I've got the snake card. This is the challenges that she had to overcome. She had a lot of people around her who were snakes, who tried to do things to discredit her. And she had to deal with that, but she overcame it.
Yeah.
Right? And she became the anchor, and she pioneered the way for all of us.
Wonderful. Yeah. I like this. Guys, let us know in the comments if you like this. Maybe we'll do one more before the end of the month.
Yeah.
I think that'll be fun to do.
Yeah. So like, subscribe,
and share.
Thumbs up and share.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please do. This is great.
All right. So I guess now to keep it up, though, when the next time we do this, I think we actually do need to color coordinate because it's kind of cool. I like
know,
it.
Right? Yeah.
All right, everyone. Sending you many blessings, and we'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.